I'm sorry, I got emotional.
Okay, no worries. Recording in progress. Hi, Switzel. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I was so happy that I received an invitation. Thank you so much for consideration.
Okay, so my name is Dalila, but you can call me Dal for short. And how about you? How do you want me to call you? You've got a very unique name.
Oh, thank you. My friends call me Sweet, so you can call me Sweet as well.
All right. Hi, sweet. So I am Dalila, but you can call me Dal. And then I'll be your interviewer for today, and this interview is going to be recorded. So are you good with that?
Oh, sure, no problem.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Can you please tell me about yourself, your work experience, and just make it short?
Sure. I'm a graduate of accounting technology with an experience in customer service, in administration, as well as in bookkeeping. And with those diverse backgrounds, I really want to leverage those skills into the role of a general virtual assistant. With my previous experience as a virtual assistant bookkeeper, I learned how to multitask as well as to organize my tasks effectively. I successfully managed my tasks such as scheduling, bookkeeping, as well as providing comprehensive virtual support. Prior to that, I was also a registration officer for Philippine National ID, which my main responsibility is to ensure entering data accurately while maintaining confidential personal records. In addition, I was also a customer service representative in a BPO industry where I learned how to adapt quickly to the diverse needs of the customers as well as learn how to make myself calm in high pressure situations as well as enhance my communication skills. Overall, I know that I still have a lot to learn in this industry and I've considered myself as a newbie, but I am passionate about delving deeper into this role, and that's what brings me here today. And so much excited about the opportunity and hoping that I can contribute as well to the success of your team.
All right, so that's awesome. And by the way, your job as a bookkeeper is only part-time, correct?
Yes, it was part-time during those.
What country was this?
It was a US accounting firm.
U.S. accounting firm. And why is it that you're no longer working for them?
Unfortunately, I got laid off, so there was a change in the organization, and they've come up to the decision to let go some of their virtual assistants, and I was one of those. It was heartbreaking, but looking back for the almost 6 months working for them, I've learned a lot. I've learned that was actually my first online job, and I've learned the online job settings and also they also imparted some important work ethics on me, and I'm excited to bring those into my future professional endeavors.
Okay, so I'm sorry to hear about that, that you were one of those employees that are laid off from their companies. So looking at your resume, you stated here that you demonstrated expertise in billing processes at Sutherland Global Services. So your expertise like resulted in a reduction in billing errors. So what strategies did you implement to achieve this?
First of all is I listen carefully to the customer concerns, and then there are some instances where our system automatically implement a late fees to the customer even though it's a just an hour late. But with that, I've tried to talk to our supervisor regarding about that if we can still offer a late fee reduction to our customer. And with that, I've provided a great customer service to the customer because she was so happy that the late fees has been reduced.
Okay, that's nice. And can you also discuss your approach to time management and prioritization when handling, multiple tasks and responsibilities as a virtual bookkeeper?
Mhm. Sure. During my time as a virtual bookkeeper in an accounting firm, there was a lot of scenarios where a certain client would ask us an urgent financial reports earlier than what was scheduled. And simultaneously, I was also responsible for the other clients that I've handled regarding about their daily bookkeeping as well as managing their schedules and also responding to emails. So my task was to reorganize my schedule during those tight times, but also making sure that my commitment to other clients were not compromised. So I've took several steps to address those challenges. First is um, I always try to see if what tasks are the most things that I'm going to prioritize. I base that based on critical deadlines as well as time sensitive commitments. I also base that on their urgency and importance. The high urgency and high importance should always go top on my list, while low urgency and low importance should be on the bottom of my list. Second is to communicate properly, especially if there are any affected clients with those changes. I always be transparent to them and suggest a revised timelines where possible. Third is I reorganize my working schedule using time management tools such as I'm very fan of Todoist and as well as Google Calendar as well in order for me to focus on the high priority task. And lastly is to ask for some help with my colleagues to delegate some tasks. And my friends and colleagues were so friendly and approachable, and they are so willing to assist on some routinary tasks if ever I am on a very tight deadline. So with that, as a result, I can deliver successfully the urgent financial report needed, even during there are some unexpected challenge during those revised timelines.
Okay, awesome. How about you mentioned Todoist? So, what other project management tools or task management tools are you familiar with?
I am familiar with Asana. I've only seen the navigation, how to navigate that freely, as well as Notion and Trello. But I
Okay.
don't have any actual experience with a client. I just do it for myself.
Okay, for your personal tasks,
Yes.
like errands.
Mhm.
Okay. So, what motivates you to become a virtual bookkeeper?
What motivates me to become a virtual bookkeeper during those time is it really enhanced my growth as an individual. It makes me think outside of the box. Well, mostly bookkeeping has a theory that we need to follow a step by step, but there are some instances that you cannot learn in the book. So that motivates me that time to apply on virtual bookkeeping because it aligns with my education as well. But for now, I am looking for general virtual assistant that do some administrative tasks as well, if possible.
Okay. And looking at your resume, you were with them as a part-time virtual assistant bookkeeper last August 2023. So,
Yes.
what have you been up to from that time until now? It's quite a long time already.
Yes, the reason for that is there is a family situation of mine where I really need to attend to care for my grandmother and grandfather. So it was so hard for me to balance the work as well as helping my parents attending to her parents. So in addition to that, during evening time, I also tried to attend on some free online courses to learn something about general virtual assistants that I did not know about, just like social media management and such, calendar management that is way beyond bookkeeping. So that's what keeps me busy, as well as doing some church organization. I've attended a lot of church conferences just to meet a lot of people, to know more about their stories, and that actually inspires me to be better every day.
Okay. And can you also describe like why you only have like less than a year for each job previously that you've had?
Where should I start? In my resume, it was stated that my first job was an accounting assistant. It is an accounting local firm in Davao City. Got that job during my last semester in college, so I was graduating that time. But I'm happy that Mom Diana Austria, the owner, trusted me to be a part of her team. Actually, fun fact, I was the first and only employee of her during that time. But after graduation, since I've been so long away from my parents, because it would take me around 2 to 3 hours to travel from Davao City to my hometown. So I've decided to board a dormitory in Davao City. After graduation, I've decided to be with my family. So I let go of that first job of mine. Then, after consideration for some months, I really want to improve my communication skills. Even though during that time I'm a college graduate, I'm not confident with my English speaking skills. So I've seen that being in a being in a call center, it would really help me a lot, and it's inspired me a lot to see a lot of call centers speak English very well, that they can communicate their thoughts really well. So that's the reason why I applied in Sutherland Global Services. But during December time, during that time on last 2019, there was a certain situation, emergency in my family. So I really need to attend to my family first. And that's the reason why I've been unemployed during that time. But luckily, I found a friend of mine who is working in a government agency, which is the PhilSys. So she contacted me if I'm available for a contract work as a registration officer. And that's the reason why I've got that job as well. And after that contract of 3 months period, unfortunately, there was no opportunities for renewal. I've always think, what should I do then? Should I go back working in private companies? Should I go back working in government? But then I've giving those factors the reasons why I've hopped on jobs. The important factor was my family and being with them. So that's the reason why I'm sorry, I've got emotional.
Okay, no worries.
So that's the reason why I applied on an online job. And I'm
If you
happy.
need to take a pause, I'm all good.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Take a
drink
deep
water
breath.
with me.
It's okay.
So yes,
It's
that's
okay.
how important online job is for me.
Okay, I definitely understand that. And yeah, I am not, I'm not fighting you. I don't want you to
I
cry,
know.
but I don't want you to keep it to yourself. It's also good that, you also share it with other people so that, what you're feeling right now will be not heavy on your part, especially you're talking with somebody you don't know. So I
Yes.
think that will be very, very good.
Thank you.
So you don't have to worry about me.
Thank you.
Okay. So to continue, what do you do outside of work?
I'm sorry.
Like, what do you do outside of work? Like, what's your hobby? Wow.
Yes, when I am not working, I usually find enjoyment for myself watching videos of my favorite Korean boy group, 17. So they really inspired me a lot in different aspects, especially in life, and just being good to yourself. Other than that, is I really love to travel as well. So if if I can ask money from my parents just to travel certain near areas just to rewind my mind, then I'm happy and blessed that they are supporting me on that aspect as well. So travel and 17 are what makes me
Okay.
happy outside of work.
Okay. And also let's talk about your creative side. Do you have a creative side on yourself?
uh Regarding about creative side, I really love to take pictures as well as videography. I've during these months I've made I have been enjoying using Canva as well as CapCut tools for my videos as well as Adobe Premiere. So I can consider myself as creative as well.
Okay, but you only you have an experience with your personal and not on as a virtual assistant.
Yes, more on personal.
Okay, and few more questions left for you, Swit. Are you available to work full time Mondays to Fridays, 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. No weekends?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Okay. And at this point, may I ask you to please share your screen and let's have a national speed test of your internet connection, please.
Let me see, share my screen. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. And by the way, what's the is your main working equipment a laptop?
Yes, it's a MacBook laptop.
Okay. What is your backup equipment?
I do have another laptop which is a Windows Asus.
Okay. So while waiting for the speed test, you already have your specs. I'll just copy that 8 GB M2. 8 GB and then M2. How often do you experience power interruption in your area?
We only experience that during typhoon when the weather is not good. So, but I do have a UPS which can operate around 8 to 10 hours as long as it's fully charged.
Okay. Okay, I'm all good with that. Thank you so much. You may now unshare your screen. Few more questions left for you. How much is your asking rate as a virtual assistant?
Since I'm a newbie in this industry, and upon researching for the average market, I would consider $4 to $5 as a good starting rate for me.
Okay, that's noted. And what do you know about Leverage Virtual?
I've known about Leverage Virtual. It's a virtual staffing company which offers a permanent work from home for aspiring Filipino to be successful in virtual assistance, and you offer your services mostly on real estate industries.
Okay, yeah, that's basically correct. And then it's just that we are a placement company. We do not hire the virtual assistants, but if in case you get matched and get hired by a client, then you will be working directly for that client.
Oh.
Okay, so that means your compensation, communication, and further training that will be provided by your client. And then after this, we'll still evaluate all the applicants because there are a lot of you who are applying for the position. And then we'll just send you the results via email. And the results will be sent like 2 to 3 days from now. And after that, if you pass and then you also submit all the requirements that we need, then that's the time we'll be able to match you with the clients that we have. And in case you get hired, we will only provide like 1 day training on the most commonly used tools and systems. And after that, it's your client who will be providing you the training that you need for their business. Okay?
Okay.
So for my last question would be, what questions do you have for me before we end?
How do you measure success of your virtual assistants?
Okay, so since there are a lot of them, and then we really cannot tell as to how they're doing because they're working directly with the clients that they have. So how we measure is that we send our clients like a monthly form for them to fill out, like how are their VAs doing, and then if their clients will be telling us like they're doing good, then we don't have to train those VAs. But if their VAs are not doing that great with their clients, then that's the time we'll be having like check-in calls and retrain them if needed, or if not, then we will be able to talk with the clients if what their decisions will be. So that's how we measure the success of our VAs, by checking in with their clients as well.
Got it. Thank you so much, Dal.
Okay, do you have any other questions?
I'm all good, thank you.
Okay, sweet. Thank you so much for coming, and I really enjoyed talking with you, and I appreciate you taking the time. Have a great night.
Have a great
Bye.
night too, Dal.
You may now leave as I also go over other candidates.